All right, let's get started. Hello. Again, my name is Erin, and along with Hallie and Sarah, I am hosting it tonight to share more about what we actually do as partners. And this is something that, if you follow me on social media, not something that I ever thought I would be doing. I am a small town, super shy. Like I walk into a room and I try to find like the corner to go to so that I don't I'm so bad at small talk and just conversations and all the things. So putting myself out there on social media, sharing, posting, talking, all the things was never something I thought I would be doing. In fact, it again, if you follow me, you've seen me say this before, but I literally told my husband, like when I would see other people sharing, I will never do that. Like you can count on it. I will never be that person. I will never do that. And now I'm eating my words because it has been everything I needed, and I'm so excited to share more about that with you tonight. So, I'm a mom of 3. I am from Maine, but I live in Iowa now. We've been here almost 6 years, which is crazy. I am a nurse, and when I first started this business, I was working full time, working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 in a like doctor's office clinic. Um, so hours were decent for family life, but it was every single day, all day long. My kids were in daycare. We had just had our third baby. He was about 5 months old, and I watched actually as my coach Jess also had her third baby right around the same time as me. I watched her get back to working out. And if you knew me before, I was a cheerleader in high school, well, middle school, high school, all the things, but I never was into sports. I was never into working out, being active. Um, I would yo yo diet, I would try all the things, but I never stuck with anything. And I always was looking for the next thing. I always wanted a quick fix. And I struggled a lot with like how I felt in my skin and how I looked before I even had kids. And then after I had kids, that kind of got worse. So after our third baby, I don't know if it was the third baby, third C-section, or just where I was at in life, but I did not recognize myself when I looked in the mirror. My clothes did not fit. I was like in this weird stage between being able to kind of maternity clothes were a little bit too big, but regular like pre-pregnancy stuff would not fit. And I would literally go through my entire closet, end up throwing everything on the bed and just being so angry with myself for letting it get that way and not doing something about it. But at the same time, I felt like I couldn't do anything about it. I just felt like I was trapped and in this like revolving cycle of feeling tired and overwhelmed and sleep deprived and just stuck. Like I just felt like I don't know, I couldn't do it. So anyway, I was following Jess and I watched her also get to stay home with her babies and not go back to work after having her third baby. She worked from home. And so I became kind of curious about her and what she was doing. And I joined something similar to this. It was actually like a Facebook group where she talked more about partnering. At that time, it was called coaching. So if you hear us refer to it as coaching, it's both things. And I decided I literally have nothing to lose. If this could give me extra accountability on my journey so that I actually stick with it, I actually feel good in my skin, I actually have energy to keep up with my kids, and we were really struggling financially. Like I was looking for a second job, but I was also determined to not miss more time with my kids. I was determined to find a job that I could do either after they went to bed, early in the morning before they got up, or something that I could kind of do during the day whenever it worked best. So I was like kind of picky about it, but I really needed to find something because our finances were so tight. So I thought, you know what? What if this could kill two birds with one stone? Like, what if this thing that I've been scrolling past for years could actually be the thing that I've been looking for that could change my life? And I decided, you know what? If I try it and it's not everything I want it to be, it's not great, it's actually terrible, well, at least I'll know. I won't be wondering. I won't be any worse off. I will have to just go find another job and I'll have to figure something else out. But I will at least not just be wondering, what if? And that was 4 years ago. I'm still here, still loving it, and super passionate about sharing it with other moms who might feel the way I used to feel, so that you know that you don't have to feel that way. It doesn't have to be a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 for the rest of your life. You can have flexibility with your time and your finances, and you can actually love what you do. And it can change your life because I'm in the best shape of my life after 3 kids, which I never thought I would say. And honestly, I could ramble on and on about it, but I'm going to let Hallie take it from here. She's going to tell you a little bit about her story.
Hi. So for those that don't know me, I'm Hallie. I am also a partner. I live in a small town in Maine. I have 3 kids. I run the office for a logging company and then also am a body partner. And I actually started as a challenger in one of Erin's groups. So Erin is my coach. So I started out just for myself, never thinking that I was going to do this as a business. Like truly never thinking. Like I would look at Erin's stuff and be like, I'm glad she's my coach, but I would never share on social media. I would never share my before and afters. Like had those thoughts in the beginning. So when I first started with body, I am trying to think. My youngest was probably a year and a half old. I was actually the heaviest I'd ever been. I think I weighed more even than when I was like pregnant, like through all 3 pregnancies. So I had lost the weight postpartum, but then slowly gained it back. I think like when I stopped nursing, gained a bunch of weight back and just really felt like the worst I'd ever felt. Like it wasn't just about the weight, it was how I felt like in my own skin and just the energy, like the low energy levels and all these things. So I would try like a free workout on Amazon Prime or a free YouTube workout, and I'd get through maybe the whole thing, maybe half of it, and then never hit play again. So I just was not, there was no consistency. I'd never been someone that had worked out before. And then when I finally tried body, got in Erin's group, I fell in love with the workouts. Like being able to work out from home with my kids' schedule, not having to take them anywhere, fall in love with like the programs where you pick a program and it's just the day one, the day two, like you follow it along, and the nutrition. And then something I never knew that I needed, like the missing piece was the community piece, like having that support system, having like a coach or a partner. If you're already a body member, like having someone checking in with you and seeing how you're doing and like giving you suggestions, and having the group to check in with and having that support system was something I never knew I was missing. And I feel like when you are working out at home, it helps so much to have that accountability piece. So I really fell in love with all of it. So when I started talking to Erin about the possibility of coaching, as terrifying as it was, I think like a month or two into my journey, and I felt like if I could do this, if I could go from someone who did not work out at all and fall in love with this, I have to share this. Like if I can feel that good, I feel like it's like my job almost, which it is now my job, like to share this with others because they need to know that they can feel that good too. And truly, as scary as it was to start sharing my health and fitness journey on here, like online, to do things like this webinar, it's the best thing I ever did because I have left my comfort zone over and over again, have pushed myself as someone who's shy, who's introverted. Like putting myself out there in social media has been huge for my confidence and my own growth. And then helping other people is the best feeling ever. Like that's truly, I getting messages from people telling me, like there was one in our group today, and she's worked out 8 consecutive days in a row and is actually like looking forward to working out now. When you get messages like that, when someone is messaging you saying like you've played that small part in helping them feel good, it is truly the best feeling. So that's why we share on here. Sarah's going to share her journey next. And I will just say one more thing too to think about while you're listening in tonight. You do not have to do what we are doing here tonight right away. So please keep in mind, like Erin's been at this for 4 years. I've been coaching for 2 years. Sarah's about to tell us how long she's been coaching. We did not talk. I did not talk in my stories right away. I can't speak for everyone else. I did not do webinars right away. So keep that in mind too, that the beauty of this business that you're going to hear about is that you get to make this your own and like, yes, leave your comfort zone, but at the same time, do what works for you. And now Sarah will tell us how she started too.
So I have been partnering for about 11 and a half months now. And the one thing you need to know about me is I'm really bad with technology. So I hope you can hear me. Thumbs up. Okay, good, great. So I am Sarah. I am 34 years old. I also live in a small town in Maine. I live with my boyfriend and my 5-year-old bonus son. So, kind of to start my story, growing up, I was the athlete. Sports were my life. My parents had my brother and I in every single activity you could imagine, from baton twirling to ice hockey. I kind of found my groove with softball. Softball was my big thing. I went on to play college softball while I was in pharmacy school. So the competitiveness in me is there. It has always been there. It's a big part of my life. Love the team sport aspect, all of that. When I graduated from pharmacy school, got thrown out into the real world, everything kind of changed for me slowly over time. All of a sudden you graduate, you have a new job. I was a traveling pharmacist, and if you know Maine, Maine is a big state. And I had a whole district I was covering. I had stores as far north as Caribou, Holton. I was over in Machias, Bar Harbor, down to Waterville. It was huge, all over the place. Pharmacists were in a major shortage. So I had some weeks where I was doing 50, 60, 70 hours. I was exhausted. I did that for like 2.5 years. Then I finally settled into one store close to home, but still, just the toll of all those years of working, the days were still so long, so mentally and physically exhausting. My career, although I'm not saying anything negative about it, as far as I love the aspect of it that it has me financially prepared for my future. But as far as physically and mentally, I was exhausted, absolutely exhausted. So my days kind of just, I went through the motions every single day because I was tired. I didn't want to do anything except eat, sleep, and go back to work. On days off, I was so tired. I just wanted to, lay on the couch and get ready to go back to work the next day I had to. So over the years of doing this, I kind of lost the pieces of me that used to be there. So I had been, I joined, well, I guess it was back when it was Beachbody. I had ordered Insanity DVDs probably 12, 14 years ago, back again when I was in college playing softball to help stay in shape, cross train between seasons, that sort of thing. So Beachbody programs were not new to me. Then when it became more of the on demand, I was a member. I didn't do much with it. It was just kind of there when I wanted to use it. Fast forward to the fall of 2022, my good friend from high school reached out to me, asked me if I would join her in this adventure she was doing. And what it was she had just signed up as a body partner. And I said, well, sure, but I'm already a customer, so I can't join. But yeah, if you want me to help you out, join your group, I'll do it. Because I honestly had no idea that the groups even existed. I really didn't. So I already had a membership, but I joined her group, and that's kind of where it slowly all became really real for me. I saw these accountability groups, and at first I didn't really even consistently work out. I would start to log into the group each day. I would see all these people doing their workouts. I would see all these people sharing their recipes and their shakes and all of that. But I certainly didn't share. I didn't do a thing. I just looked. And then it kind of got me starting to work out more on my own. So I would do my workout, but I still wouldn't share. I still wouldn't log into the group as far as like actually commenting or sharing a sweaty selfie or anything like that. No, not for me. Just kind of sit back, observe, watch everyone else do their thing. And over time, that slowly grew. And I wanted that every single day. I craved checking in with the group to see what people were doing because it kept me motivated and just in it. So then January of 2023 hit, and Erin was doing her diet bet group, and I was along with Sure Thing. And that was kind of the first time I ever completely committed to a program from start to finish, day one to the very end. I was in it. I was posting, I was checking in, I was doing all the things that I needed to stay accountable to myself. And then Erin started talking to me about partnering. And I'm so glad she did, because everything you heard her say about her personality, as far as being that quiet, reserved introvert who wants to go to the corner of the room and hide, like that is also me. So even though I love the fitness aspect of it, I love having that group setting, being part of a team again, I didn't want to be leading the team. I wanted to be hiding in the back watching other people do it. But I'm really glad Erin pushed me out of my comfort zone. And it was as simple as her telling me there's literally no downside to it. I was a preferred customer doing all the things I should in the group. There really is no difference in partnering, except when you change your title from customer to partner, you have the ability to share what you're doing, invite others in, and potentially earn an income. So there was no downside. So for that reason, I said, okay, I'm in, I'll try it. And here I am doing my first webinar. So you can do it. Absolutely. That's my story. And we can move on now.
Sarah, I love it. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Doing our first webinar, you guys, isn't that so exciting? And like Hallie said, this is not something I ever thought I would do. And I did not host my own webinars for years. So all these things, don't be overwhelmed by them. Okay, but moving on. Meet our team. So we are part of a bigger team, and our team is actually super successful, which is a good thing because we get the benefits of that. So, my coach, Jess, is the number 3 coach in the network. And one of her coaches, who you see on the screen here, her name is Natasha. She is actually the top partner in the entire network. So, we're all on the same team, which means we get like the best training. We have all the tools and resources for success ourselves, coming from the best of the best. So it's a really cool thing. And we can all benefit from that. So Hallie's going to talk to us about what is coaching. I feel like this is such a good, or what is partnering?
So, partnering really is just helping other people get started like you did. If you are already a challenger, and if, like Sarah and I started, we have that similar, like we start as challengers and then start helping them. But it's helping 3 or more people a month get started by connecting them with the programs, with the products, help them get results, and hold them accountable in the groups. That's pretty much, it's simple. It's just sharing your own journey and helping others on their journey. And you only have to be one step ahead to help them get started. And then I'm not sure where Sarah disappeared to, because she's going to talk to you about if this is for you.
Yeah. So again, I don't really know what I'm doing as far as the technology. So I feel like when I swipe back and forth, it takes me away and then I come back. So maybe I'll just leave my microphone on. But anyway, this is for you if you are on your own health and fitness journey. This is for you if you want to help others and make a meaningful impact. This is for you if you want to get your products paid for while enjoying that discount. And this is for you if you want to earn income while helping others. And I believe Erin is going to kick it off with what we really do as partners.
Yes. So what we do is we get our own results. We are proof that these programs and products work. So our number one job is ourselves, our journey, our results, living our healthiest, best life, and sharing that. Again, here I am trying to multitask here. Sorry, guys. And your first job as a partner is you. So you get results. You use your social media like it is a health and fitness journal. You share how everything is changing your life. So think about like when you were a teenager and you wrote in your diary about your day. Like that's how we use social media, is like little snippets of our day with our health and fitness journey included in there, like how we're fitting it into our day as a busy mom, how it works, how it's flexible, how it's convenient, all the things. We just show our lives and how we're fitting it in and how it's helping. And that shows how it's possible for someone else too.
Okay, so let's talk about inviting because I feel like this is the one that a lot of people can be hesitant of when you first start coaching or being a partner. I know for me, it's like, "Ugh, I don't know about inviting people, but really inviting is just, it's connecting with new people, it's sharing your journey, and then inviting those people to go like be on the health and fitness journey with you. And for me, I think about, so Erin, I've shared as my partner or my coach, she invited me to this and it literally changed my life. Like I lost 40 pounds, got my health back, got in the best shape of my life, but also am the happiest I've ever been, like feel the best I've ever been. And yes, maybe I would have done that on my own eventually, but Erin invited me. She reached out, and that, like, saying yes was the best decision I ever made. But she's the one that initiated that. So when I invite people, that's what I think about is yes, you're reaching out and you're inviting them, but it's not cold messages. Like we're not sending random messages to people that we've never talked to before and inviting them to this. We are connecting with people by yes, texting your best friends and your family and people that same as like when you have a lipstick you love, or like I have had people message me about this sweatshirt today I got for my birthday and want the link. Same thing as sharing that type of stuff. You're talking to them about it because you love this, you love the product in your workout. So you're sharing it with the people close to you. And we do publicly invite on social media. Yes, it's scary at first, but the thing is people don't know if you don't share. So that is part of what we do. And again, I think we've all shared, we never thought we'd be sharing on social media. We're very introverted, we're very shy. So it is leaving your comfort zone and doing it in a way that's like leaving your comfort zone, but also authentic to you at the same time. You've got to get the info out there and share it for people to know. And then we do personally invite people who are following along on our journey. So if you follow any of us on social media, you will see like we share stuff in our stories. People follow that along, they interact with our posts. And to me, I'm not someone that would just reach out and message someone and ask what they're doing. But if I'm liking their stuff and they reach out, like this, what happened with Erin and I, they're invested in you. Like they're invested in your story if you're sharing your health and fitness story on social media. So reaching out to them and just seeing like ask them like, hey, like, are you interested? And then if they're not, you know, but you do not know if you do not ask, and they don't know what you have to offer if you're not sharing it. So it's yes, we invite, but we also have systems that we will teach you, and just know it's not cold messaging, and it's doing it in a way that like is truly about helping people, because that's what this is all about. And then after we invite them, we have to help them, of course. And Sarah's going to talk to you about that.
Yeah, so as we just learned, our very first priority is ourselves and getting our own results. But from there, we're going to help other people get results. So we connect our clients to the tools to help them be successful and help them get results. So our clients are going to get all the tools to succeed and get plugged into our groups. They're going to get all the tools that we use every day. So you're already, I don't want to say experts, but again, it's stuff you're using every single day. It's the tools we use every single day. We're going to share those tools with our clients. We're going to plug them into our groups, have them have that accountability for that support and that community aspect that's really going to help them get their results. So here's just a picture of our team last week on our Success Club trip. Just to reiterate again, our clients are going to get results, and that's how we're going to build our team. Oh, this is me too. So I kind of just alluded to that, but one really, really fun perk about this is we can earn free trips just by helping 3 people a month. You're going to hear that over and over again. Our goal is to help 3 people a month. That is going to get you to Success Club. That's going to unlock all these fun rewards and trips. And this is a picture of us at our Success Club trip at the Hard Rock Punta Cana last week. So join our team of partners, busy women who love helping others and have big dreams. It is so much fun to meet and connect with these women all across the country. As all 3 of us have said multiple times today, we are that more reserved, quiet, introverted personalities. And I know, speaking for myself, I would never just be able to go out and uh, meet people and start talking, but we all share the same passion and interest, and that kind of just all unites us. And they're just the most amazing group of women ever. So I really think you should join the team as partners.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We had the best time in the Dominican. Um, and oh, I can't wait to hear where the next trip is going to be. But now I am going to get into the good stuff, I suppose, right? How we have turned sharing our health and fitness journey into income. And there are a few different ways. And again, we've kind of touched on this and we will touch on it more. We have all the resources, the trainings, so that you can learn how this all works more in depth. We're just kind of touching on some of these points to give you like a basic understanding so that you can decide if this is the right fit for you. But when you first start your business, you are going to basically like mostly earn commission. And so that's how you will start growing your team. You will earn commission. And the good thing about it is that you get to decide. You get to decide how much you work, how much you want to earn. And when you work, you are your own boss. And we are here to help you reach your goals in this business. So we are, I know I do, and I'm pretty sure Hallie does, and Sarah, we have a one-on-one call with you early on when you enroll as a partner on our team so that we can chat about what your goals are and how to help you reach them. So, whatever your income goal is, we want to help you get there. Another way to earn an income is in a couple different bonuses. So these bonuses, they're a little bit more complicated and involve kind of it's kind of after you've grown your team a little bit. So I won't get into those too much, but just know there are multiple ways. And there's actually another bonus called the Diamond Bonus, which just opened up this year. That is kind of a bonus option for newer partners who are growing their business and working hard. It's another way to earn an extra paycheck on top of your commission-based paycheck. So these are some of the basic ways that we earn an income. And on the next slide, I have to always insert the income disclaimer. We work hard. There is no income that is guaranteed. We don't just sit back and collect a paycheck. It is dependent on our hard work, diligence, and skill. There is a website there that you can actually see a better picture of this graph that kind of breaks down what is the low earning, the average earning, and the high earning for some of the different ranks in our company so that you can see what the potential is. And honestly, I think that for me is so motivating, like to see what's possible. That gets me fired up and makes me want to do big things. So check that out. And I think Hallie is going to talk about training and how that all works.
Yes. So we've mentioned there's training, and like Erin was just saying, you are your own boss. You get to choose like how much time, how little time, and that is reflected in your paycheck and in your income. But the cool thing is that you are your own boss, but you have so much training and mentorship and help at the same time. So if we are your coach, like if I am your coach and you're watching this and thinking about it, or Erin is, or Sarah is, or someone else that invited you to this webinar, and you decide to partner with us, we are not your boss. We are not here to tell you what to do, but we are here to help you and mentor you. And I think that is the coolest thing, that you get the best of both worlds. You get to choose how hard you work, when it fits in your schedule, but you have a sounding board and you have someone to help you. Erin mentioned we do one-on-one calls, and we can set those up in the beginning, but those can be set up anytime. And along with that, I know like Erin's super responsive with messages. I'm assuming Sarah is too, and I am. Like, we're available, obviously not 24/7. We all have lives, we all have families, but we're there for you to like answer when you have questions. I still reach out to Erin with questions. We all bounce ideas off of each other. We have team chats that we run where we like can help each other. So if one of us is not available, you have others in the team to answer to. We have a team page with our bigger team, which includes like the number 1 and number 3 in the network. and a bunch of other amazing girls that we go on these trips with that you can ask for help with. So you have all that. And then we do have, I think all of us do the same thing now. We have a PDF checklist that we start out with in the beginning, and it really breaks it down and simplifies it for you for the main things you need to know in the beginning. So this isn't overwhelming, because we want you to feel confident in what you're doing, because when you're confident and you feel like you know what you're talking about, it is easier to talk about. So the training is flexible because you are your own boss, but the resources are there to help you anytime. And Sarah's going to talk about your first goal.
Your first goal is to help 3 or more new people each month get started with a Body Essentials pack. That Body's Essential pack is that total solution. You get the annual membership to the workouts. You get the unlock the nutrition plans. You get a starter month pack of a supplement and a tracker and some other accessories. So this picture you can see on the screen now is that essentials pack. And I will say, I'm going to back up just for a minute because I think this is a kind of important for some of us out there. When I started, I did not know this existed. I just randomly signed up for the on-demand service on my own on the Body website years and years and years ago and got an annual membership. I was randomly assigned a partner. I vaguely remember maybe getting an email from her at one point in time, of which of course I did not respond to. And 10, 12 years went by and I've totally forgotten about that. So anyway, each year I was just renewing my annual subscription, not knowing there was something else out there. So I think this essential pack is so important to help our customers get started, our challengers get started, because there's so much more in it than just that annual membership. So many useful tools, and we can help them get this year after year as well when they renew. Talk about that at another time. But this essentials pack, the full price, $219, that will get you everything that you need to get started. And that's full price. There's often promo codes out there available too that will bring that cost down even more. And we can go on to the next slide. I'll talk about it kind of all together. So not actually on this slide, but when you get that $219 essential pack as a partner, if you sign up, if you don't have a Body membership at all right now, you're brand new to Body, you sign up with a total solution pack, an essentials pack, you are going to have the registration fee. There is normally a registration fee to become a partner. It's $39.95. That is waived with the purchase of that essentials pack. Alternatively, if you are currently a part of our Body family, you very well may be eligible to have that fee, that registration fee waived as well. There's some specific details about that, so talk to your individual partner about that. But again, very likely, if you purchased one of those total solution packs in the past, in the near past, you can have that registration fee waived. Then ongoing after that first sign up, that first month, there is a $15.95 business fee. That fee is waived for military families. I do want to point out, sometimes we see that like $15.95 monthly kind of has a negative connotation to it, but don't think that way. This is honestly a blessing, because with that $15.95 business fee, Body is taking care of all the hard business stuff for you. You don't have to keep product inventoried at your house. Like, there goes from Body, they send it right to your customers. You don't have to worry about payroll. You don't have to worry about any of the business side of it. We just have to focus on sharing our journeys, helping people get connected with the tools they need to join us and start their own journey, and Body takes care of the rest. That's what your $15.95 business fee is covering each month. Plus, you get that 20% off discount for your own supplement. So that's kind of where we go from there. And Erin's going to talk about what the next steps are.
Yes. Okay. So if you are watching us and you're like, okay, you know what? I can relate to these girls. I think that I want to join their community. I want to join their team, and you're ready to go. Tell us that you're ready to go. Like, let's do this. We're excited. We want you to join us. Um, I could just scream from the rooftops how exciting this is and how much it's changed my life and how I just want everyone to know about it. So we are excited, and that is what we want. So if, like Sarah said, if you are brand new, we will help you pick a supplement, a product, and we will send you a link to sign up. So it will have everything you need attached to the link. You'll sign up and you'll be good to go. You will also get tons of trainings and resources and like we call it the office, to monitor your business and to check in on your customers and just everything you could possibly need, and probably things I don't even know about. There's so many resources that we have access to that you will get. And then, as we mentioned before, training can start now. Like, you can start your training. It's a simple 2-page PDF file that just has some super basic things that you will get started with. And then as you kind of get a little bit more comfortable, we'll get into more details, but we start super basic because I remember 4 years ago when I felt like I literally can't add one more thing to my plate. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So we want to keep this training as simple as possible, give you everything you need to be successful, but not all the extra fluff. So that is kind of what we've done with that simple PDF, is give you the basics, what you need, and then we'll go on from there. And I meant to say this every time I unmuted, but the next slide is Q&A. And if anyone has any questions, drop them in the chat. I do have some questions that I got earlier, so I will go through those, but if anything comes up, just drop it in the chat. So first question was, is it really possible to do this if I'm working full time? And I kind of just touched on that. I was working full time when I started this business, and we've talked about the flexibility, right? It is so awesome to be able to work your business from your phone anytime and anywhere. So if you have 5 minutes, if you're on your lunch break, if you have a bathroom break, or the kids have some sort of event, like, it doesn't have to be any specific time of the day. It doesn't have to be any amount of time specifically. I work my business in my free time throughout the day, pockets of time here and there whenever I could fit it in. And that is how I built my business to the point that I'm at today, is just little bits and pieces of time to check in, to send some messages, to answer messages, all the things, just whenever it would work for me. So it is totally possible. I would say the majority of the partners start as like a side business, like they're already working a full-time job, or they're working outside the home, or they're a full-time stay-at-home mom, which, super busy full-time job there in and of itself too. But I think, honestly, when you're working full-time and you're busy, maybe this isn't always the case, but I feel like the busier I am, the more efficient I am. So I feel like you can make this work. You just have to sometimes you have to get creative, but you can do it. Another question was, I don't have many followers or people I know who would be interested. Where would I start? And I love this question because I started this with, I think I had an Instagram account, but I never posted on it. And my Facebook account probably had less than 1,000 followers. But I want you to look at your social media account right now. And if you have even 50 followers, that is 50 people who could potentially be interested in joining you on this health and fitness journey. And if you are not already on your journey and you are like, hey, I'm going to start this, does anyone want to do this with me? You'll be surprised who will say, yes, I actually have been wanting to start something. Let's do it together. The people that you actually have kind of ruled out in your head are probably the people who will say yes to you and who will want to do it. So don't have that thought that you don't know anyone who would want to do this with you, because you don't know until you ask, until you start sharing, until you bring it up. If there's anything I've learned, it's to not rule anyone out, because those people, like I said, the people that you least expect are the people who want to join you and who stick around and who end up being partners with you. And then the final question that I had gotten before was, how often do you get paid? And we get paid every week. So we get a paycheck every single Thursday, which is so awesome. I know my husband and I get paid at our regular jobs like every 2 weeks. So it's so nice. We get a consistent weekly paycheck in this business. And I love that. So we also have a rank advancement on Thursday too. So Thursdays are a big day in this business. Okay, and then I see a question in the Q&A box, so I'm going to answer that. I've tried before, but my mindset is differently. Oh my gosh, Erin, definitely different this time. How can I make it succeed this time? And that is a really good question. Mindset, if you are on your health and fitness journey, mindset is everything. And I think so much of partnering is the same as your health and fitness journey. And it is really learning to control and to change your thoughts and being consistent. And if you can work on your thoughts and your mindset and change what you think about a situation, you can literally do anything. Like, if you have you ever like dreaded Mondays before? I know, like, I used to dread because it was the start of the work week, the weekend was over, it flew by, and I would be like, I'd walk into work like, oh, it's Monday, I don't want to be here. This is gonna be the worst day ever. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be so busy. And it's like, okay, well, I just ruined my Monday. Like, having that bad attitude just made my day so much worse. And then when I walk in there and I'm complaining, I'm making everyone else's day worse. And I'm just making everyone feel negative about it. And I feel like, I'm glad to hear your mindset is definitely different this time. And I think that keeping that positive mindset and being open to trying anything, and also just realizing that it's kind of trial and error. And, I think all the girls would agree. We are so far from perfect with this whole thing. I literally fly by the seat of my pants 99% of the time and drop the ball all the time in life. But I truly love what I do. And I think that sharing my journey and um, feeling confident and doing all of this has given me such a like a love for this that I want to share it with everyone. And I think that you just kind of have to try. Um, Anyone else have anything to add to that? No? Okay. And one more question. I am struggling with people who say no. And so I would say that if you are sharing your journey already and you are um I need to not like look at the chat, guys, while I'm talking. Sorry, I saw another question pop up and I'm getting distracted. If you are hearing no, I would ask more questions. Not in a pushy way, but just I think it's important to know, like, why they're saying no. Is there something that you can actually kind of share a little bit more about? Are they saying no because they don't feel like they are going to stick with it? They don't want to waste the money because they feel like they failed so many other times. Are they saying no because they're already doing something else that they really love? Like, I would find out more about why they're saying no. And then sometimes that is actually what I turn my social media posting into, is kind of if I'm hearing the same things over and over again, that is something that I can really say, okay, this is a kind of a common theme. How can I help put this in a different light for those people who have that same concern? How can I show them that their concern is valid, but it's not, like they can get past it. I hope that makes sense. Anyone else have anything to add?
I would just add too that people are going to say no to you for a variety of reasons, as Erin had shared. And yes, that can be hard at first, but I think it's important to remember that when someone says no, it is not about you. And also, you asking them should never be about you. It should always be about them. And when you're looking at it about like when you're reaching out to someone, you're truly trying to help them. And they're saying no is not about you. So yes, like the first time can sting a little because you put yourself out there, but it's about them and you have no idea what's going on in their life. Maybe they do have, maybe they love the gym. Maybe they have a supplement that they love and they truly are all set with what they're doing. And you don't know until you ask. And if you ask and that's it, then that's awesome. Or maybe something's going on in their life that you have no idea about and they really cannot do it right now. I mean, I know that I did not say yes the first time Erin messaged me, even though I really needed something and was looking for something. And I have had people that have said no off and on for a year and then reach out to me a year later, like an entire year after our first conversation and said, I'm ready now. Like, so it's you being there when they're ready. It's so much like, yes, speak to the objections in your social media posts. And this is where the training comes in. But it's so much more about like them and where they're at and you just being there when they are ready so that you're still there for them and being consistent when the time comes.
Yes, Hallie, that was so good. You're so good with words. See, this is why we work well together because I'm just over here. I have no idea. And Hallie just, yeah, that was perfect. It's so true. And that is why I probably say this like a broken record about everything, like consistency and just being consistent and showing up and being that like proof for them so that they can see, yes, you know what? Because I know following my coach for as long as I did, I didn't believe that I could do it. And finally, after enough time went by, it was like, okay, maybe if she can do this, so can I. And then another question. What happens if I can't get 3 or more people in a month? And so, okay, 3 people is our goal. So 3 people is kind of like a benchmark that Beachbody or Body looked at partners who were consistently growing their business. They were, you know, that's all I can think of, consistently. They were consistently growing their business over time. And they took a look at that and determined that the way to consistently continue to grow was to help at least 3 people. So, are there months in my 4 years where I did not help 3 people? Absolutely. Are there months now where my goal is to help more than that actually at this point in my business, but 3 people means that you're growing your business. And that does not necessarily have to be the goal that you set for yourself. But it is kind of like, I guess, it's a benchmark that that we use to kind of say, okay, yes, I am growing my business. I'm moving on forward. Like I'm not staying stuck here, just kind of feeling like I'm not doing anything, if that makes sense. But also, you can totally help 3 people a month. So don't even doubt yourself. I understand the question. There's no penalty. There's no like you have to or this happens. So don't feel like that, but don't doubt yourself. You will be amazed at the response that you get when you say, hey, here's what I'm doing. Does anybody want to do this with me? It always like blows me away. And it's really, really awesome. So yeah. You guys have anything to add to
Can I
that?
add something real quick? Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I'll never get used to this. Just as a newer partner, just to help put things into perspective, I might be off by a month or 2, but I think there were 4 months last year that I hit that benchmark. 4 out of the whole year. Granted, I didn't start till March or April, but still, I hit the 3 people a month for 4 months. And with that, I was invited to the Success Club trip in Punta Cana. I earned a ticket to Summit this coming June in San Antonio. I also was able to go to the leadership retreat last October in Destin, Florida that our team put on. So I don't want to say don't reach for that goal because trust me, I wish I would have met the benchmark more. But just for those of you who are really worried about that, like you can do it. And even if you don't get there every single month, like make it your goal, but it's still going to be okay. Just keep the conversations going. It will happen. Share your journey, reach out to people. It will happen and good things will come from it. But even if you don't get there every single month, it is still worth it. Don't let that be the reason you don't do this, is all I'm trying to say. Don't let that be the reason. That's all.
So true and such a good point. I love that, Sarah. You have been an absolute rock star. So thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Yes, there is. So if you do achieve that benchmark, any 3 of your first 6 months as a partner, you do get that free ticket to Summit that Sarah was talking about. That's our annual big in-person event. It's in San Antonio again this year. And so that's an awesome incentive to work hard and to help those people. But something that we actually didn't talk about. So that's fun. Okay, one last question because I don't want to take up too much more of your time. If anybody else has any other questions, just message the person that invited you to the webinar and we are happy to answer questions. Do you have to reach out to people or can you just post? I don't want to be pushy. So I think that it's kind of like, who said this? Oh, I know what it was. It was a podcast I was listening to. It's like me giving part of the puzzle. Like, I feel like if we do a part of the picture, we are missing out on a huge piece of it, if that makes sense. I feel like my words are not coming together right. But what I'm trying to say is it took me like 3 or 4 years to reach out to my coach. She was consistently posting and sharing in her stories and posting Facebook and blah, 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 sharing all the things. 4 years to reach out to her. If she would have sent me a message, I guarantee you I would have said yes way sooner. So, do you have to? I mean, you are your boss. You get to decide if you do it or not. My recommendation would be when you are sharing. So you start by sharing, you start by doing whatever you're doing, posts, stories, reels, or whatever. And then the people who are following along are the people that you reach out to. And that's not being pushy. I heard this person on the podcast say, it's like someone is walking into your door. Someone is at your store. If you had like a in-person store, right? And they walk up to your door and they walk into your door. They're watching. They're observing. They want to see what you're about and you don't greet them. You don't say anything when they walk in. I would probably turn around and walk out. I mean, it's kind of like that. So your social media is your storefront. Your social media is your business. And so that is how I look at reaching out to people when they are following along. So they're watching, they're commenting, they're liking. I'm not cold messaging people who are not following along, but I do reach out and just say, hey, thank you so much for following along in my stories. I don't know if you saw, but I am on my health and fitness journey. I've lost XYZ pounds. I'm feeling amazing. I have a supportive community of women and we do this together. Is that something that you might be interested in? And if they don't answer you, okay. If they say no, perfect. If they say yes, then you send them more information. But it just has to be like, that's as simple as it can be. And if you don't ask, you don't know. I know Hallie said that already. So I think that I know it's scary. I mean, for years, it was scary for me to send messages, but I honestly have to think, and also, we're sharing this thing that I know for me and for these other girls on this call, it has changed my life. And I literally, can you tell? I could talk about it forever. I want to share this with other people. I want them to know that this is something that can change their life, that they can do this too, that they don't have to feel like I used to feel. They don't have to go to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like there is another option and they can change their lives. I want them to know that. And if they have a negative response, that's on them. I mean, I am literally sharing something that's changed my life. I feel like that's coming from a place of good. It's not like I don't feel like that's being pushy, but maybe that's just me. So, okay. Anybody else want to share? Oh, okay. Well, guys, oh my gosh, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining us. And if any questions come up, please, like I said, don't hesitate, reach out, ask us anything. And I hope to see you all in our team chat like tomorrow. Let's do this. We want you on our team, and we're just so excited that you were here to listen. Have a great evening. Bye, you guys.